Today, within hours of me waking up at around 3:30 p.m. after staying up until about 9 in the morning, Mom decided to go to Wegmans today. After I stated that then she could go if she wanted to go because she was initially on the fence about it. And that it would also be okay if we stayed at home. I believe I mentioned, maybe at some point, or maybe she mentioned it, some kind of need for beverages. As at that time we were almost out of milk. And I don't know how many sparkling ice beverages we had because I don't keep count, but during that Wegmans trip from 5 to 6 p.m., I got 6 more sparkling ice beverages, 3 of 3 different flavors. And Mom also got a gallon of the Wegmans 1% milk, which is the same as she got the other day, and of which is almost empty at this point. Mom looked at the salad sections, which led to me getting I believe it was a chef or Cobb salad it was some kind of salad with chicken and a hard-boiled egg in it. And Mom got some kind of salad with strawberries in it, which for some reason had more calories than my chicken and hard-boiled egg salad. I also got this sushi and got this beef on Himmelwick sandwich. My mom stopped to get, I believe it was some kind of Thousand Island sandwich, or a Reuben. Either way, it had that rye bread with the swirl in it. I think before we went to Wegmans, we were going to have ground beef patties with baked potato, and the baked potato would have butter. We're going to Wegmans. When we stopped by the deli section, I got a pre-packaged container of American cheddar cheese. And not only do I prefer the taste of that cheese to Swiss, but apparently the American cheddar is both has less calories and is cheaper. I think by a significant amount. I think some of that American cheddar was used to turn the beef patties into a sort of cheeseburgers, but we didn't get buns for those cheeseburgers. And then at some point we got sour cream to include with the baked potato and cobs of corn. I believe it was a 4-pack or so to include with the dinner of baked potato and beef patties. This Wegmans trip was I think the first time Mom remembered the reusable Wegmans bags this time around. She seemed to have left them in the car, so after making the short drive to Wegmans, the reusable bags were already in the car. I think the last times she just left them at home and forgot to pack them into the car, so it really helps quite a bit. In Stronghold Kingdoms, I'm currently researching theology in order to increase the amount of faith points I get each day. Excuse me, for the 99th Dan Hamming episode I'm currently working on putting in the scene, a new scene. Maybe it'll be brief, involving Ginger and Kent. And for that, because it's right before they go to bed, try to get some more sleep, so to speak, than they already have. I decided to base a custom prop of Ginger's eyes in the sick expression in order to try and create a sort of tired expression. Towards the late part of today, I played Bloons Tower Defense 6 quite a bit. Spurred on because while waiting for a UCut project like this one to render within the app, I'll typically play a game of Bloons Tower Defense 6 in order to keep my phone on while the project renders, because I'm afraid that if the phone is left off, then the project may freeze and stop rendering until I turn the phone back on, and so. I think that probably belongs to the sushi. I think. This Wegmans food is both tasty and pretty healthy, I would say. I've got work to do in order to get that custom eye prop just right. It's resulted in more than my fair share of drafts for the 6 raw video part or file, but I'll soon be making a 7th raw video file for this new Ginger and Kent scene. Excuse me. I did a bit of work on that new Starfoam drawing I started recently, although it's going to be a drawing of an African American male with a do-rag. Apparently, that's the name of that kind of when I heard of it, I thought of it as a bandana because they're both some kind of cloth that's either tied around the top of the head or tied behind your head in order to have the cloth cover your mouth and nose. Though I don't believe a bandana is acceptable as a mask in places where wearing a mask is required. A do-rag, apparently that's the name of that sort of shiny cloth cap that seems to be popular, as the Wikipedia article says, popular in African American culture. Lately, within the past hours, Vyond Studio has been more sluggish than usual and loading up for me, to the point where I got the usual internet connection error, even though my internet is properly connected. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to do this, but usually I would just be able to wait, and I would still be able to connect to Vyond Studio easily, but now at least sometimes I actually do have to reload it. Otherwise it'll just be stuck on that loading screen with the error indefinitely, it seems. But I know I'll be able to work through it. If I just keep making the effort and think about how to solve the problems that come up with creative solutions. Oh. Get more troops. Now, why are they doing that? Is an episodic event coming up? It doesn't seem like it. Occasionally there'll be a moment in which a YouTube video I'm listening to in bed will buffer for a bit at some points, but otherwise, it's perfectly alright. I can still listen to YouTube videos while also working on the 99th Dan Hamming episode.